Welcome back to the madness, everyone. Today I'm talking about The Promised Neverland. The anime, not the book, not the manga. A couple weeks ago, they just released the last episode on Adult Swim, and it's the English dub. So the Japanese dub has been out for quite a while, so probably not much news to people that watch the Japanese version. Aniplex, we gotta talk. That was horrible. Your ending, and I know it's not Aniplex's fault. They didn't write the episode. They got it from Japan, and that's how the people that made the anime wanted to do it. Okay, fine. But no. It was horrible. Your ending was just so rushed. It was 11 episodes. You couldn't even do 12. And your ending was just so... It was like you were cutting corners just because it was easier. It's like you have a 100-word essay, and then at the end you have 2 words that you still have to put in your 100-word essay, and so you put the end. That's how it felt to me. Now, I'm not going to do any big spoilers for, like, the manga. For the anime, I will. It's out, so it's not a spoiler. And I know for the manga in Japan, it's already done. It's been done for a little while, but we still have one more book coming out, I think in fall, or winter, and that's the last book. So I've been watching the episodes for season 2, and I've heard it wasn't the same as the books, and they were right. There's a reason why people are upset about the fact that these books are not following with the anime. And it's very different. They skipped significant arcs that were important, and they were cool. And it could have, if they would have just put those in, it could have been Attack on Titan territory, guys. It could have been up there with Attack on Titan, which is ending this year too. So, why? Why did you rush out of something that you could have at least got a full third season out of? You could have had another whole season and been breaking in the money, guys. Like, seriously, this is me telling you, you missed a cash grab for this anime. And it's not the fact that it was different, because I honestly don't mind when they change things a little bit, because it's surprising to you. It's like something different, like, oh, okay, that's an interesting twist. But then it's not fun when you ignore significant events that happen. And if you read the manga, you would know what I'm talking about when I say the Goldie Pond arc. The Goldie Pond arc was very intense, and I loved it because it reminded me of, like, the Hunger Games, and I could connect with it in a way because I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. It also reminded me of, like, Chey Chey Bang Bang when they're in the kingdom where the kids aren't allowed to be in. And it was just so cool, and I was so excited to see that, and they didn't do it. And I was watching the last episode this morning, and I decided I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to watch it. I was nervous to watch it because they actually got to the point where I was in the books. So I can't remember what number book we're on, but next book's the last one. So I just read the most recent book, and I was watching the anime, and I saw, oh, we're exactly at where my book just ended. So I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm going to watch this last episode until the book comes out, because I don't want spoilers. And I thought, I don't know what they're going to do since they're basically jumping forward with this. So I decided to watch it anyway. And the last battle could have been a lot more intense. It wasn't. The manga was way better than the anime. But I started getting this hope because they were kind of leading to, like, okay, so in the last episode, the Rattery or the Rottree clan leader dies. And so now Emma and the gang can get out. And so they find the gate to the human world, which I'm not into that with the book yet. They didn't get to the human world yet, but they discover that there is a gate where it all began at Gracefield. And so they get to the gate, and they have the kids go in, but Emma, Ray, and Norman and some of the other people stay that work for Norman. And they said, we're going to stay. We still have the queen that's in charge, and we still need to make a new promise with their demon god. I don't know their name because it's always... That's how they spell it in the anime, in the manga. So I thought, oh, good. They're actually going to do the arcs that they skipped. This is a wonderful opportunity. They're going to do Goldie Pond. It's just going to be a little bit different because she doesn't have the kids. And she wasn't kidnapped. She just ends up going to Goldie Pond. Maybe Ray's already there because Ray gets to Goldie Pond towards the end of that arc to save Emma. So I'm like, they're just going to go together and the Norman might be there. Okay, fine. I'll take that. They're not going to skip it. They're so good. They're so smart. They don't. I mean, they eliminated 2 characters that people really like. Oliver and... Oh gosh, his name is escaping me. He's the older guy that they're supposed to meet at the bunker that he didn't meet. His name is escaping me at the moment. It doesn't matter. I'm actually upset about this because they could have got a full season out of that. And they could have had a full season where they are telling the story of how she meets the god to make the new promise. And it doesn't even reveal what the new promise is in the book yet. We know she made a promise, we just don't know what it is. And I'm hoping they actually tell us in the manga. If they don't tell us what the new promise is in the manga, and they pull the crap the anime just did, you're getting another video. Because I'm just not going to be happy. All they do is these like short little still images of the kids getting to a human world. And they took them to America. Apparently the human world leads you straight to New York. Didn't know that. Cool. Like, the human world is more than just America, so I don't know if they changed that for the American viewers and the other viewers in Japan, they went to Japan. I don't know, but they were in New York. And that's pretty cool. But it is still images of the kids getting into the modern world. And, like, they're showing still images like them on the bus, and Dawn has a cell phone now, and they're wearing normal clothing, which was interesting. I did think that was a little interesting. It felt weird, because they were wearing normal clothes. It kind of felt like they took, like, fandom art and put it on their anime, because it just didn't feel right. I know they have to fit in, but it just felt weird. And it shows Emma and Norman and Ray and Norman's group and Moonjika and her guy that's with her. I forget his name right now. And they're traveling. And it shows that it implies there's a war with the demons. And it just shows, like, sorry, for some reason my hand's just shaking today. I'm going to switch hands. It just implies that there was a war because there's, like, spears and stuff sticking out in the air. And they even talked about it a little bit because that's why I thought they were going to do a whole new season, because they showed the queen sitting at her throne and talking to the other demons, and somebody comes in and says, hey, there's been a attack on the Gracefield again. It's fallen. And so I thought, oh, good, yes, we get to see the queen battle. They just randomly they show her, and then all of a sudden Moonjika is becoming the queen. They're crowning Moonjika queen, which she wasn't even next in the bloodline. It was the guy she hangs out with that was next in the bloodline, and he convinces the older demon that we've been hanging out with to do it. Actually, it's not the same one. It's like a monk or something. And he gets them for that. That's what we're into in the book right now. So we haven't concluded that. I don't remember if we did. But Moonjika wasn't even in the bloodline set up to do that. And she didn't even want to do that. So that made no sense at all. They skipped that. That was an epic fight. That basically took up a whole manga, them killing that queen and her followers, was like an entire manga. And that was basically when Norman finally decides that he wants help from Emma and Ray. He doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore. He realizes he's doing it wrong. And so that was a big thing for Norman too, a big storyline for Norman and character growth. And they just glossed over it like it didn't happen. Yeah, they did do the part where Norman poisons all the demons and they degenerate, not regenerate, and Moonjika has to save them with her demon blood. So they did do that. Now, I only got to see part of the episode because it didn't record correctly, so I can't compare everything on that one, but they did actually do that, and that's when Norman realized that he was overdoing it. But the queen is what led to him getting like heart-to-heart conversations with Emma and Ray about there's another way to do this. We don't have to do this. But he kills off the queen. So they just skip all that, guys. Just ignore it like it never happened. A full book of the manga, they glossed over like, yep, she's gone. No big deal. We show her 2 seconds. It's fine. And then they show Emma in front of the god of the demon world, talking to the god of the demon world, implying that she's making a new promise. In the book, we actually get to hear her or see her talking to the god about a promise. We don't get to find out what the promise is yet. And like I said, I hope they actually reveal that in the last book. But they just show her like standing next to the god, like, hey bro, what's up? And it's like, yo. And they go, sup. And she goes, sup. And that's about it. So they made a new promise by going sups to each other. And then it's like years and years later, the kids are walking across the beach, and you know that it's years later because you see Phil, and he's much older. And all of a sudden, Emma's there on the beach saying, we're home. And he's like, Emma! And he runs up to her and hugs her, and that's the end. That's the end. I mean, there's a little moment at the end after the credits that basically shows that the gate has been overgrown with, like, vines and things are taking over, nature's taking over because no one's been there. What just happened? Why did you bother? Like, why did you bother? You should have just left it at season 1. Said, okay, we don't really want to do season 2. Season 1 was great. We had great success of it. People liked it, but we're okay. Like, why did you bother? You had money that you could have made by making a whole another season out of the stuff that you skipped, and people would have watched it. We would have watched it because we wanted you to be able to, I guess the word I'm thinking of, like, we want you to atone for your sins, basically. We would have gave you the opportunity. We would have watched it, especially if it was leading up to, oh, they're going to go to Goldie Pond and save those kids now, because that's what Emma said. She wanted to come back with the rest of the kids that are in the farms. It doesn't even show her coming back with other kids. It just shows her, Norman Ray, and Norman's followers. That's all it shows. It doesn't show her coming back with other kids like she said that she would. She said, I have to figure out this war that's going to be happening with Queen. We need to fix this. I need to go get the other kids in the other farms because that's been my goal. And I need to make a new promise. It didn't even show her bringing other kids. If she did, they were on the beach with her and it wasn't obvious because everyone was so much older. If you can't tell, I'm very disappointed. Now, this is not the first anime that has not followed the manga to a T. And I understand that not all anime that's from a manga is going to be like Attack on Titan, where it's literally word for word following the manga. And that's fine. You can do different things, and I'm not going to complain about it because then it's new, it's something different. But you don't skip important arcs of the story. Now, like, an example of something that did not follow the manga would be a Full Metal Alchemist, which is one of my first big animes that I was watching. I I liked the first season of Full Alchemist. The manga was still coming out while that season was airing. So, and it was clear that this Full Alchemist, the original series, was going to be done way before the anime was going to be done. And that's fine. So I didn't mind that because of something different. And then, if you don't know this, after the manga was done, they ended up doing Full Alchemist Brotherhood, which I've watched bits and pieces of it. I'm not into it as much just because. I kind of felt like some of it was just repetitive, so I got bored quickly. But I did watch, like, the ones that are different, like, episodes I haven't seen yet, like, that were straight from the manga. I did watch those. So, like, when Roy Mustang went blind and things like that, I did see those. Because that was in the manga, not in the original anime. I didn't mind that. They did a full series on Brotherhood where it followed the manga. It was exact, and that's perfect. That's fine. Whatever. I wasn't even mad about it. Maybe because I wasn't into anime as much as I am now. I didn't care. It was cool. And the storyline actually made sense, and they didn't cut corners. They actually made their own story out of it, so it was fine. This anime just felt lazy and purposely skipping important things because they just didn't want to do it. I don't know. Maybe other things were happening. Maybe the person that owns the rights to Promised Neverland in Japan just, like, did not want them to do that. Maybe they had agreements that you can't air this information because it's not out yet. I don't know. But come on. Attack on Titan's taking a break right now because the last book isn't done yet. We have the last episodes ready to go. And they're taking a break because the book isn't done yet. That's fine. A true fan will wait. We literally waited how many years for season 2 of Attack on Titan? And then how many for 3? And now how many for the final 4 season? How many years have we waited? We would have waited for Promised Neverland. It did not have to be like this the whole time. I'm just really disappointed. I sound like a parent now. I'm not mad. I am. I'm just disappointed. There was so much potential there. So much. It could have been this big thing. And they made it so small. So I'm hoping that this manga is epic. The last book of the manga is going to be epic, I hope. I hope it's not a quick, like, and we're done. And that seeing this last episode of the anime makes me nervous about the last manga. Because it's like, they devoted so much time into the storyline. I love the idea of it. They've devoted so much time into illustrating it and writing it and getting it published. And there's so many books. Us readers have donated a lot of our time and money into this project. So I just don't want it to be blah, 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 done. We're done. We're just going to end it there. It's cool, whatever. I just don't feel like doing it anymore. We're done. So I'm very nervous. I'm nervous about Promised Neverland's last book, and I'm nervous about Attack on Titan's last book. Attack on Titan, once it comes out, I will talk about it, because then it's out in America, and then I can talk about it, because it's fair. But I'm nervous about those 2 ending books, because I've been a fan for a long time in both series, in the mangas and the animes, so I really don't want them just to abruptly end it, like, and stop. Because I've read books like that, and it's just like, seriously? Why did you do that? It would make me feel like I felt when the last Hunger Games book was out, Mockingjay, and it felt rushed in there too. So I just don't... I don't know. I'm disappointed, and I'm confused, and I'm angry, because, like I said, they had so much opportunities that they wasted, and I don't understand. I just don't understand. And I knew going in that Promised Neverland was not going to follow the manga. And I was willing to give it a try. I was willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. I was going to watch it. I wasn't going to comment on anything that was completely off. But when you skip big things, and then you just rush your ending because you feel like you're done, there's no way they're proud of this. There's no way that when Japan put this out and then when Aniplex over here put it out, there's no way that anyone's proud of this. Like, when they said that's a wrap, they cannot be happy. They could not be like, yeah, we did something good here today, guys. Good job. No. Maybe we'll get lucky and we will get like a spinoff, like the Promised Neverland Adventures or something, and they'll actually do the good scenes. Because if you know Attack on Titan, I know I keep referencing to that, but they had a moment in Attack on Titan where they had this big scene in the manga, and I remember reading it. Still to this day, I remember my feeling when I read it. It was just so intense. Just like right now, the last book I just read for it is so intense. And I'm like, wow, I cannot wait to see this on my TV. I can't wait, because this is going to be epic. Like, with the voice actors that I enjoy that are on this show, it's just going to be so intense. It's going to be so good. And Promised Neverland had the same opportunities. It was intense. It was good. You didn't really know how it was going to work out, but it was cool. And you liked it. And you were eager to see it on TV, and then it didn't happen. Now, Attack on Titan did not disappoint. That scene was still intense. Still cool. But Promised Neverland, you skipped them all. You skipped them all. And I'm very sad. And I know that I'm late to the party. Especially since people were watching the Japanese version. The dub version just finished up. So I know if you watch this Japanese English sub version, this is nothing new to you, and I'm late to the party. I just don't enjoy watching English sub anime, and it's mostly because I can't concentrate on the reading and watching the anime at the same time. It's just always something I struggle with. Even when I play video games that are in English and I have the subtitles on, I pay attention to the subtitles more than I watch the screen of what's actually happening. And that's mostly just because I have a hearing problem where I can hear what people are saying to me, but I can't make sense of it all the time. So for me, it's always the fear that I'm misunderstanding it, that I will just focus on the lines on the subtitles and I won't even see what's happening above the subtitles, because I'm just so focused on understanding what's being said to me that I lose concentration on what's going on, because I'm so worried about what they're saying. So if I don't have subtitles on, it actually forces me to focus on what I'm watching to understand what they're talking about. So I guess I could have made this video like 7 months ago, but I prefer the English dub version, and makes it easier and more enjoyable for me. So I guess that's my 23-minute rant about why Promised Neverland disappointed me. I still enjoyed the first season. It followed the manga. For some reason, season 2 just did not keep following the manga. So I will still hold season 1 close to my heart. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I watched it before I read the manga. So not all of season 1, but like the first 3 episodes I saw, the first 3 episodes before I started reading the manga. But it followed it completely. So I was really hopeful that season 2 would do the same thing, and it didn't. And it is what it is, but I don't know. I just wish they would have done something different. And now I need a new anime to watch, because Promised Neverland's almost done, and Attack on Titan's almost done. So I need a new manga to read, and I need a new anime to read. I thought about, I think it's called House Husband. Something like that. It's on Netflix. I've heard that that's good, so I might be hitting that up. But I've heard that the animation's different, the animation style. So maybe that won't be something I'm going to be too into, just because I'm not into different versions of that. Because from what I understand, it's like stop motion picture a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that. And that's what Promised Neverland did this last episode. So clearly I don't like it. I think I heard that Spy Family is getting a series. I bought the book, the first book. I haven't started it yet. So maybe Spy Family I'll start getting into. Something else. I don't know. I need more anime suggestions, and I need more manga suggestions, guys, because I've been reading these books for years now, and they're coming to an end, and I'm sad, and I need something else to fill the void. So if you have any recommendations, please put one in the comments below or send it to me, message me. I look forward to hearing what you suggest. I have not forgotten, I promised to do a comparison on The Conjuring 3 with real life versus the Hollywood. I'm still working on that. And then if you didn't see, I have put on my Facebook page that you can either send me a message or you can put on my post. I am asking for people to ask questions about being a mortician. Either if it's about the job that I do or basic questions that you have about the industry. I'll gladly answer them. I want to do a Q&A. I do have some questions that came in, but I'm looking for more. So send me a message or comment below if you have some questions. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you listening to me being upset about anime for 25 minutes. Know that you're loved and appreciated, and I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Be smart. Bye.